using for my. So what we will be doing is, as you can see, this is my art Kanban. There are many other features that we have, and this is how it looks like. As you are part of team GPS, you have selected shopping cart and shipping method selection. Let's assume I am part of different team, team B, and I will be selecting flexible search, let's assume, and purchase by credit card. These are the two features that we'll be working on. Every team, they will be monitoring their team. So if I am looking into team B, as of now, in my team B's backlog, it's empty. There is nothing there because, okay, I think something I already have moved in. That's why it's came up, team B, but it will also be not there. It's a flexible search I have moved in earlier. That's why it's coming up, and you have all those 4 iterations. I'll come back to that. If you go to your team GPS, it's totally empty because in team GPS backlog, there is nothing there. It's totally empty. Now, let's assume that if I am going into my art Kanban, and when the product owner they selected for team B flexible search, I will be working on, and it will be asking, okay, this is team B you are selecting. Okay, I'll select for implementation, and this is now selected, and I will also take let's say purchase by credit card. All right, and I will be able to select this team B here. You will be selecting team GPS when you will be doing. So these two I have selecting. Now we are implementing. If I will be going back to my team B and backlog, I will be able to see all those features came up. So as you know, we will go for serial delivery, not parallel delivery. That means we will be completing the plan for one feature first, and then we will be planning for other features. As you can see in the backlog, few of the stories have story point estimated, few of them are not estimated. You know that we talk about backlog refinement. So when you are coming for the PI planning, it's not like that you are looking at that PI planning for the first time or looking into those stories for the first time. You already have spent multiple times with discussion with the product owner earlier as well. Some of them are refined, some of them are story point estimations. If there is no story point estimation is there, what you will be doing is you will be estimating it using planning poker. There are few, if you hover this over, you have some infrastructure enablers, but you can create any other items that you want to create. For example, compliance enabler, exploration enabler, architecture enabler, or dependencies that if you want to create, you can create that. For example, if I want to create a dependency and I'm say, let's say credit card authentication API, something like that. I have created something, and now this dependency, I will map a link issue that where I am dependent with. So in the link issues, I can define, okay, this is a successor or predecessors. You can select that. Any other issues if you want to select. If you want to create any other item, so now make sure this is actually a part of which of your epic that you are looking at. Right? Now, for example, there is another team, team C. They says we will be working on book rating and commenting. As of now, team C, they have not any, they don't have anything on their backlog. It's totally empty. But over here, once they will be selecting these two features, they will be selecting team C. I am selecting team C here. And I will be selecting, this is for team C, select for implementation. And for book rating also, I'm putting it into team C. All right. So these are all under implementations. If you know Jira, you can also customize some of their layouts and says, okay, I want to see the PI team name. And that will also be visible over there so that it will give a quick understanding that which feature is working by which team. If I now go back to team C, I will be able to see a similar pattern that my 4 iteration 1, 2, and 3, 4s are empty, and all those different stories have came up, and these epics will also be listed down, book rating and commenting right over here. All right. Now, what you will be doing is you will be doing the same way. Now, if you want to plan it, how you'll be planning, you know your capacity that you have defined 24, 21, whatever it is.
Yes.
So you will
Yes.
be first moving this. So right click and move it to iteration 1, right? As of now, this one is not estimated. Let's assume you did a planning poker and estimated a story point of, let's say, 5. Right? Now, this one is 5. The total sprint totaling will be showing it total how much you have done. Let's assume that I am moving these two. You can do a drag and drop as well. Move it to your first iterations, or you can right click and put it over there. Now you can see total 10 story point is there. So you will not be exceeding your capacity.
Okay.
Clear?
Okay.
So you will be facilitating everyone. You need to do this in the same way. Once you have reached that, you will start planning for iteration 2. Once you have completed the capacity of iteration 2,
24.
you will be
okay.
capacity 3 and 4. At this point of time, you always need to remember all the stories has to have estimation in the story points. And you will also be having serial delivery level planning. One feature completed, then you will be plan the next feature.
Okay.
Right? You also need to create any other items by selecting their dependencies, compliance, exploration enabler, architecture enabler, whatever you want to do. Clear?
Okay. And those estimated times, which are the story points which are available in that list, are they already pre-estimated? I mean, how
those
are the
pre-estimated,
timings?
but if you ideally for this simulation purpose, you don't spend time on estimating it. But in real life, when you are doing planning, you can spend some time to reevaluate. If you think something changed, some discussion is required, you can spend time on that. Now there is a place called project pages. You can go over here, and over here, these are all the Confluence pages that we have. As a Scrum Master, this will be your job. But as you said that you have not worked on Jira earlier, so I have an alternate situation as well. Over here, we have our PI planning. Under that PI planning, I'll just show you. There is PI planning 1. And all the other documents, roaming board and your objectives, everything will be listed down here. And if you click on that, you will be able to edit those pages, or you can work on those pages from there. It's running a little slow, but you don't need to work on there. So this is your roaming board. You can create whatever you want to create. But as you said, you have not worked on Jira. Don't bother. Don't do that. Let the team plan it on their board. What you doing is, I have created an alternate solutions for you in our Miro board. So I'll share that Miro board with you. Over here, what you will be doing, if you go into the frame panels, this is your instructions that you know what you will be doing. And right now what you are doing is these team breakouts. Over here, every 10 minutes, you will come and take the pen icon, and these are all the teams. Every team Scrum Master, they will come and take it over here so that everyone can understand that RT can understand how the teams are performing. Do they need my attention or not? So you will be marking a tick here, marking a tick here, marking a tick here, whatever you have done. Now, we will be keeping one sticky notes right over here, and you said need RTE, right? You can have different sticky. You can say need PM. They will be observing it, right? So whenever you think that you need RTE, you can just drag and put it on your team's name. This one is giving me as an RTE indications that this team need my help. So if there are 10 teams working, I know which team needs my indications. So once I will be addressing you, I'll move it back over here. So this is one area that you need to focus on. Your slide, this slide number is 2, and it's called Scrum of Scrum, right? There are some other areas where we have all the features and the program board that we will be working on later on. But if you go into your objectives, there is a slide called Objectives of Team GPS. There are many objectives. Each team, they will be working on their own objectives. As of now,
Okay.
we are not working on the consolidated objectives. As a team, you will be writing. So for example, you created there, you will be writing, okay, double click over there. What is your objective? What is your plan value? Some numbers, but you will not be adding those values now. Those values will be added by your business executives. You just need to add the objectives. And if there is any uncommitted objectives that you want to add, you can add it over here. Clear?
Okay. Okay, and they are these particular objectives and uncommitted objectives. They are in respect to the task which we have segregated, like what we have asked, like the features for which teams are working, right?
About the team is planning for 4 iteration. They are working
Correct.
on 2 features. Maybe something will work on 1 feature or 3 features.
Yes.
But as a whole PI at the end of the 4th iteration, what objectives you will achieve?
Okay.
Sometimes objectives can be the exact feature, but maybe possible 1 feature is working by 2 teams. So you are not delivering the whole feature as a team objectives. You may be having some portion as your objectives. Similarly, you are creating some infrastructure work that is not there directly mentioned, but you can mention that we are working on creating this infrastructure or we are creating this architecture. Whatever your objective is to create, you can add that as an objective.
Okay.
Clear?
Okay.
So 2 areas. First, Scrum of Scrum. Then you will be adding that your slide number 6, your objectives. And then you have your slide number 12, where you will be adding any risk that you think.
Okay.
Once you have added your risk, you can add it in a red sticky. That's always better. Now, the risk we will be evaluating later, or you can evaluate that. Is it a team level risk or is it a program level risk? Once you have analyzed, this will move to the program. Otherwise, it will be remain here.
And one more thing, is it like, okay, I understand if it is the team level or maximum program level, but what if the risk is about the product level also? Like, can we add that also? Like, by the time we
Product level is actually
release
a
these
program
products,
level. So you can actually, this is actually, you can rename it. Instead of program risk, you can call it as an art risk. Right. So what is art risk? Art risk are something as a all the teams, they may be impacted, or maybe more than 1 or 2 teams will be impacted, or the whole art may get compromised if the risk happens. Now, how this risk, whenever we go for a roaming board, we will not be working on all the risk items. There are 10 teams. Each team created 3 risks. So there will be 30 risks for an example, but we will not be addressing from a art level for all the 30 risks. We'll be working on, okay, how many risks are actually art level risk. We will be working on those areas.
Okay.
Clear? So there are 3 slides. Yeah. Every 10 minutes, you need to come and update that. And whenever team says, okay, that is a risk, Scrum Master, can you please update the risk? Update it over here.
Okay.
Now, once our PI planning will be completed, what we will be doing is, we will talk about something that how we can create this program board. We also have a program board in Jira. We will talk about how that is. And then we will be bringing up all our art risk right over here.
Okay.
So I will share this with you. And I am sending it on your chat. I'll send it to everyone so that everyone can get a look. You can join this Miro board and then update it over here. All right. And over here, what we will be looking at, let me go back to our Jira. Jira have a timeline where we will be able to see all those iterations that we have created. So view settings, I can change it by, I will set it up so you will be able to see that by iterations level. It can actually show for last 3 months. So it will be come up over here. And a month, instead of month, I will be bringing up as weeks. All right. And once we will have those configured timeline and schedule by sprint. Okay, so schedule child issues by sprint. So once we have child issues within that, you will be able to see that in our timelines. we will see all the features. As of now, I can see this is, I'm looking at the team C only, but if I'm looking into the artboard, all the epics will be coming up in my timeline, and the iterations that we have created will be showing up over here. Is it clear?
Okay.
All right. Okay. All right. So as of now, none of them have the user stories planned. Yeah. Okay. Any questions, anyone? Okay. So I'll stop the sharing. Someone, you can share the screen and start your execution. You will get 30 minutes, then I will review, then you will go for next 20 minutes. All right.